This is a list of all the debts Abhishek has. So in this episode, I'll cover a simple 5-step formula to help you and Abhishek get out of debt quickly. Abhishek, why do you have 1 lakh rupees ka credit card debt?
So, sir, I bought the card, no, so I had to get that PPF thing done.
What
It's a
PPF?
paid... छोड़ो आप.
Acha, you know how much interest you'll pay on this?
Now what I'll do is I'll pay minimum amount. 3.5% ka interest makes it. Within 2 years, I'll pay off the loan. I'll be debt free.
No, dude, listen. Now let's suppose you pay the minimum due for the next 2 years. You'll pay about 86,000.
तो हो गया debt free?
No. You'll still have 60,000 rupees left. This is the interest.
60,000 more.
You could have covered another chotu gaadi in that.
अरे वो छोड़ो ना, sir. Can you save my interest? Can you help me with some plan?
I can if you don't do that. We can talk about this way called the avalanche method and the snowball method. Let me show this to you, okay? Basically, if you have credit card debt, you are paying 45% on it. What you need to do is convert that outstanding payment, that 1 lakh rupees, convert it into EMI. It will be charged like a loan. Okay, so I have an Excel sheet over here. This is your personal loan, your credit card 1, credit card 2, home loan, car loan, total amount payable over here. This 36%, because you convert it into an EMI, this will become, say,
16%.
and this 42% will become 18%. So that itself has completely changed your interest. So let me explain what's avalanche, okay? Avalanche is basically this. Let's suppose you have multiple credit cards. You have credit card 1, credit card 2, credit card 3. Which one will you actually pay?
Red, sir, red. Red's my favorite color.
That's why you'll pay red first.
Yes.
This is why you make mistakes. This is why you lose money. You have to select a credit card where you're paying the most interest. So if you're paying 15% on this, 14% on this, and 36% on this, which one should you actually pay?
Yellow.
And then you pay the next, then you pay your next. This is called the avalanche method. You start repaying the ones with the highest interest rate.
At the first.
And then you go down so that your interest is reduced. Okay, so how much money can you actually pay towards debt every month? Kitna paisa bach raha hai?
1 minute.
Calculate kar.
44,000.
And your total EMI is 42,000. Therefore, you have this 1,793 rupees left. This you will pay towards your existing credit card bills because you can afford this extra
I'll
amount.
I'll save it.
No.
You said save money.
If you have extra money, you will overpay your EMI. And that's because when you pay an EMI, some of that amount goes into paying the interest and the remaining balance gets subtracted from your principal. So if you pay any extra amount above your EMI, that additional amount directly goes into paying the principal balance. So basically, on an Excel sheet, this is what it looks like. So this is credit card 2. Now notice, we have 85,000 balance. We have an EMI of 7,793. We have interest of 1,273. Principal paid is 6,518, which means if you pay this additional amount, that extra amount goes towards paying the principal.
Oh, so that will quickly pay off my loan.
Yeah. And you guys can actually fill your details here to figure this out. So now, according to this sheet, we have all your debt over here. And if you do this extra payment every single month, then you will save.
Nice.
So this is one way to do it. But actually, avalanche is not the best way because the avalanche method has a problem. It takes too long to get results and it feels like you're not making progress. There is a thing called snowball method. This is actually very simple. So if you have 2 debts to pay, which debt do you pick first to actually start paying first off? Yeah, correct. That's exactly what the snowball method is.
Oh.
You pick the smallest loan, quickly pay it off and move to the next. That way, your brain thinks, I have made progress this week or this month. And then the next month, you feel a little more motivated. There was even a Harvard study on this, where people proved that if they start paying even their first loan off and they tick it out, they feel more accomplished, they feel better. Yeah, so that's the snowball method. It's pretty simple. Okay, so let's move to point number 2. Take good debt and avoid bad debt.
Sir, debt to debt hota hai. Good ho ya bad.
Are filmy? Listen, good debt and bad debt are different. So if you're taking debt to fulfill your needs, that is good debt, like an education loan. But if you're buying something for your wants or your greed or just to show off, that's a bad debt. To understand this, let's play Kaun Banega Debt Free. नमस्कार देवी और सज्जनों, आओ खेलते हैं कौन बनेगा डेट फ्री। कंप्यूटर जी, क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 आपके सामने। Ravi buys an iPhone 16 for 1.5 lakhs using his credit card and converts it to an EMI with 18% per annum interest. Is it A, good debt, B, bad debt.
Bad debt.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir. Locked
That's
in
the
debt.
correct answer. You've crossed the pehla padhao. This is bad debt because this is not a need. Question number 2. What situation makes a home loan bad debt? A. Taking a home loan for a self-occupied house at a reasonable EMI. B. Buying a second house assuming you'll be able to pay the EMI with the rent. C. Taking a 25-year home loan with a 20% down payment. Or D. Taking a floating rate home loan when interest rates are expected to fall.
So I would like to go with option number B.
Should I lock it?
Yes.
Are you sure?
100%.
Absolutely right. Very nice. Next question on your screen, question number 3. Priya takes an education loan of 15 lakh rupees to fund her higher education in India with a 9% interest rate. Is it good debt or bad debt?
Sir, I think that's a good debt because she'll get good education, eventually leading to a higher salary. I think it's a good debt.
Are you sure?
Yes, lock.
We'll lock and you have won. Very nice. Bahut badhiya. Next question, question number 4. Vikram takes a 5 lakh rupee gold loan at 11% interest rate to invest in the stock market. Is it A, good debt or B, bad debt?
5% what? Gold invested, okay. Bad debt.
So we lock this?
I think so.
Where have you learned finance?
0 by 0 tha.
Very nice. Congratulations, this is the right answer. Good job. Equity is the most risky asset out there. Anyone saying 12% में आ जाएगा, 10% में आ जाएगा, those are assumptions. Good job and loan लेके तो बिल्कुल भी इन्वेस्ट नहीं करना चाहिए. और 7 करोड़ के लिए आपका आखिरी सवाल. Question number 5. Which of the following is an example of bad debt? Is it A, taking a business loan at 10% interest to expand the profitable restaurant? B, take a 3 lakh rupee personal loan at 14% interest for a vacation in Europe. C, having EMIs of 10,000 with a salary of 60,000. Or D, taking a home loan at 7.5% interest for a house in a developing area.
That's a difficult question. I think taking a loan for your vacation sounds like a bad debt.
Are you sure? Vacation is always good. Imagine the reels.
Yes, sir.
You will lose all your money if this is not the right answer.
Lock it.
You played very well, but here you became a little overconfident.
It's a good choice.
And in this answer, it's absolutely right. Debt free! Yes, yes! Okay, now that you understand the difference between good loan and bad loans, let's move on to the next point. Take one more loan. No, it's called refinancing. For example, let's suppose you have an existing home loan and the home loan, let's say, is at 10%. And the RBI reduces its repo rates, which is basically the rate it gives loans to banks. Now, let's suppose you are on a fixed rate and your loan does not adjust. So what you can do is you can take another loan and refinance that 10% to a 9%. So you're paying lesser interest.
How much will I save, Vese?
So we have a loan refinancing Excel sheet here. Over here, you can see 9% interest of how much money you're paying. And the loan amount is here, the tenure is here, the EMI is here. You can change all of this. You'll find the link in the description. Now let's suppose this 9% changes to
8%.
Okay, so I'll change this to 8. As soon as I change it, look at this money saved column. 5 lakhs. Another way to think of this is debt consolidation. A friend of mine, Vandit, is exactly in this. Okay? So he has multiple loans, all different amounts. He knows that this is roughly, he's paying about 25% interest on them because most of it is credit card. So what I would do is I would take a personal loan in this case because the interest here is high. And this would be what? Between 11 to 15% depending on your CIBIL and profile.
How will I get this loan when I have too many loans?
That's a good question. But if your CIBIL score is bad, you won't get this because you're not paying here. But assuming your CIBIL score is good,
Okay.
and your repayment history is good, then you get this. You pay all of this in one shot. You have to manage one EMI, overall lower interest rate of this personal loan, which is 13, 14, 15%. But please make sure you do the calculation on an Excel sheet whether this actually applies to you or not. So now that we're done with this, let's move on to the next point. Tell me all your expenses. I'll write it. Rent.
Yeah, 7,000.
Okay. Groceries?
Roughly 5,000.
All right. Travel वगैरह?
2,000 I travel a lot.
Okay. And what about baki bills? You know, you drink your Coke and all those
Hang out. Yeah,
Pepsi.
3 to 4,000 ish.
All right. Anything else?
बाकी तो EMIs ही है.
Which
It's
is?
43,000.
What?
43,000.
Okay, so this total is 60,000. Your salary is 70,000. Now, बाकी कहाँ जा रहा है? Where's the rest? Tell me quickly. Quick.
बचना तो चाहिए था.
Exactly my point. I knew this guy has no idea where his money is going because he's Abhishek. You have to make a budget. You have to know where all your money is going. And even after the budget, you should log in all of your expenses. Why? Because what is measured can be controlled. And if it's not measured, it cannot be
Controlled.
And if you want a budget ka Excel sheet, you want? You want? You comment, I want budget Excel sheet, and we'll find a way to send it to you.
I'll do it.
And this brings us to point number 5. Which is your biggest loan?
Home loan.
उसकी तो हमने बात ही नहीं की. ये टुच्चू credit card.
कर लेते ना. Can I save money वहाँ पे?
Yes, you can, and you can too. So I have an Excel sheet over here. This is loan repayment. All you have to do is look at this amount over here. What's the interest rate?
9%.
What's the loan amount?
25 lakhs.
And the tenure?
300.
So this is about 25 years.
Okay.
You can change these numbers obviously. And the EMI is?
20,980.
Does that sound affordable? It does, not much, right? But let's look a little closer. How much interest are you paying?
37 lakhs.
Yeah.
Above 25 lakhs.
Exactly. So you're paying 25 plus 38 lakhs on this. Now, a large portion of the EMI that you're paying out of this 20,000, a very large portion is the
Interest.
So look at this. So over here we can see what's the home loan balance in month 1.
25 lakhs.
And then home loan EMI is?
20,980.
The interest is?
18,000.
So out of 21,000, roughly 18,750 is going to the interest part, and only 2,000 is going towards the 25 lakhs.
That's a very weird strategy.
So if you look at this, that's why the red is so high and the blue is so low.
Because they're charging the interest first.
Yes. And after 200 months is when you start paying more
Principal.
in principal than interest. How can we fix
Should
this?
I do? Correct.
See, your EMI is fixed. Every year you are increasing your salary. If not every year, every second year you're increasing your salary.
Every year.
Every second year you're increasing salary. Every year थोड़ी increase होता है.
अरे बहुत अच्छा है. Yes.
So as that happens, can you do a step up in your EMI? Let's say 5% more every year. I'll put 5% over here. So that 38 lakhs has now become 20.59 lakhs.
Oh, I have saved a lot of money.
Yeah, remember, this is over long periods of time. So you will not feel it in the first few years, but of course in the 10th year, 20th year, that 5% will have also come.
I'll save money, na?
Yeah, you'll save money. Another way to think about this, if you do a 10% step up, that 25-year loan ends in just 10 years.
Oh.
Now, if you've not taken a loan, you must plan for this. Because why do you want to pay an extra 15 lakhs or whatever the difference is over here if you can avoid it? But here's the real question. Personal finance is personal. What you feel, what you can do, what you cannot do, what your fears are, what your hopes are, what your debt is. We would love to hear really long paragraphs of your stories, of how you are handling your debt, your credit card, your home loan, your car loan, and we can learn from each other in the comment section.